Alright, so today's video, we are here with another cheater VOD. Apparently this one is also on console. We're getting more of these recently. And this one's a GM5 to GM2 lobby. And they say, before the game started, I was warned by a teammate that this guy was a cheater. I had already played against this person earlier in the day, and I was able to beat him. I played Hazard and focused him as he had poor positioning due to his reliance on cheats. Mid-match, my teammate also called him out for using Titan. That's what people have mentioned as a cheat. Cheats used on console. Would love to see your reaction. Okay. All right, let's see how this starts off. Oh boy. Well, one thing's for sure is movement-wise, yep.
All right, let's do this one last time.
We still haven't gotten to like the part where like you'd see the full cheats, but I can already tell from the movement aspect that the movement is definitely something. Even like, you know, obviously, movement can differ from like different platforms and stuff, but I do think that, oh yeah, okay. Keep in mind, this is console, by the way. So, like, with it being on console, like, when you start to see certain tracking that you're gonna see, you kind of can see it a little bit. Now, again, we'll let it kind of play out a little bit, but so far, I do think it will. Yeah. So you notice what happens when there isn't anybody for them to be on? It ends up, like, kind of going into the sky a little bit. Like, as in, like, it's like where the actual aim would be. It almost feels like it's set to a setting that isn't fully 100%. But it is definitely, like... Let me see. Positioning definitely needs work.
I've got you in my sights.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know they were going with the sprinkler ultimate here, where you just spin around in circles. I didn't know Soldier ultimate changed to that. It turned into a sprinkler right there for a second. Yeah, so right now what's happening is, and I think this is where the player started to like figure out if this player was cheating or not. And again, you can see some of like the some of the tracking that happens at a certain point. But it's just the movement alone, the way that they're kind of running at them in straight lines. They're not like maneuvering around the map. They're not really thinking about like map location. They're just kind of running it down mid over and over again. I think that's the problem that we're seeing. Now, obviously, of course, okay, is this, now this is the question. Is this where it gets turned up a little bit? See? Like, I see this part. I'm wondering, is it getting turned up? Let's see. I don't... Whoop. I don't... Yeah, I mean, the movement alone already says to me that, like... No, I don't think it's a duo. I think it's just somebody that... Again, I'm trying to, like, once I imagine at some point it breaks out a little bit more, but basically what happens is the player just holds the button down and hope that it will track to the player, and that's what it does. So they end up falling really behind on their aim. Look, they've already done like 6,000 damage. It's basically just holding the button down. What are the names? I always turn this off whenever I do like a cheater VOD, unless it's like I know for like a thing. One, make sure that they actually are cheating. There's a couple things. One, make sure they are cheating. That's step number one. Number two, sometimes a lot of the time, people like who are cheating will actually try to sell their cheats through their username in some form. And then number three, players also sometimes will take a streamer mode name, and then players will start to see that name and assume it's always a cheater when it's just a streamer mode name. It's on the side of caution of that, you know? I swear if they walk into this. Okay, they at least know how that works. They at least know how the train works. See, the one thing I will say is, like, the positioning doesn't align with the rank. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see where they basically rely on hitting the holding the button down and then letting it eventually go there. Like, I I don't think they have it set to 100%. Am I wrong? I feel like they have it set to like a kind of in between that. The hazard keeps going at him because the positioning doesn't align. Like imagine like if I get into a rank game and like, you know, there's somebody may not be in that rank, like, you know, they're going to be out of position a lot of the time. And that's what the soldier does. It seems like it's very reliant on like just holding the button down and eventually the shots will hit or align. And then like the positioning is rough. So that's basically what's happening right now. So yeah. Okay. Let's see what the play ends up being now. Well, you can tell it gets confused when things happen. Like for example, when the Bob went out there, I tried to auto aim onto the Bob, and obviously, like, you know, in console you can have auto aim, but like I don't think it's that egregious at times. Yeah, I do like how that's one of the names up there with like the names like that, like go Anna. Yeah. I am still watching though. Like I wanna. Yeah. See what I mean? Like, you can see it's happening, right? You can see that it's happening right there, and like, but it's also very subtle. I think they put it like to 100%. I mean, probably. Yeah, I'd imagine, like, you know, like some players will be like super aggro with it. To give you an idea, that Soldier 76 has 10,000 damage with 9 deaths. Now, obviously, when you're getting damage boosted, you're going to do extra damage. That's just, like, naturally going to happen, right? But it's still, like, you can see where the player's game sense isn't aligning with the rank they're at right now. So because the game sense isn't aligning with where the rank's at, they're struggling a lot to kind of make things happen. And I think that's where, like, the players are, like, recognizing that. At the very least, this player is not probably in this rank. But I do believe that, like, you can see that their style of aim is just to hold the button down and then let the rest of the aim carry itself through that. And I think that, and then whenever something weird happens, you actually get to see their actual aim, and it's like at the sky boss somewhere. You know what I'm saying? What rank is it? This is GM, by the way. This is GM5 to GM2 of a lobby. Like right there too. Like if you want to like see the subtle stuff, like watch the Juno through the wall. See what I mean? So like it doesn't quite know that like the player isn't behind the wall. It's a new map too, so the player is more likely to kind of like aim at spots they wouldn't expect to aim for that. So very subtle though. Not the aiming style. I'm just saying like the. I think they do have a wall hack on too. Yeah. It kind of like snaps on. Does that make sense? And again, I know that console has auto aim, but like not like. See right there? Yeah. And that's why they keep finding the soldier out of position. And like that's why the soldier has so many deaths. So like you're just doing basically a crap ton of damage and you're relying basically on that aim to just kind of auto aim onto somebody and get the kill. So it's not like they're just like rage hacking and like their whole monitor's like, you know, just like spinning in circles. But like it's like I said, you can definitely tell they're not in this rank. Yeah.
Not bad at all. Roger that. Acknowledged.
See what I mean? Like you see like that moment right there where like what, you don't try to brig shield the train? You're devoted? Yeah, I would say so. I mean, like, are you seeing anything different here, chat, that would say otherwise? Like, I know this one isn't as egregious as ones we've seen before, but I feel like, again, players on console who play against this cheat that is like apparently a known cheat on console, it seems to be what this is, right? Would you say, like, you know, for people who have auto aim and stuff, like this is definitely not the same as what you would see with auto aim? Like it seems when I say egregious, by the way, I'm saying like, you know, they're spinning in circles and like anybody in the world could like see that, right? Like as in like you don't even have to like know what's going on, right? This one, they clearly try to hide it a little bit, but like they just stand still and like just like try to let their aim eventually lock onto somebody and then it sticks to them and then that's it. And like it's not it doesn't seem like they're using like an aim assist, like a regular, you know, normal console aim assist to do that. They're relying on like just the cheat itself to take over at a certain point. So. But the positioning alone is what definitely gives it away. Is like where it just, you know, there's a reason why the hazard can go in every single time. The random healing stations, the, you know what I mean? Like, doesn't know what to do with hazard walls half the time. Yeah, there, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Dude, this Soldier 76 does not have any positioning. This is some of the most non-ideal positioning I've seen in a long time. And again, keep in mind, this is a GM game. And I can't tell if they're, like, they gotta be typing, right? Like, it's gotta be, like, something happening in this lobby where the other team's saying something. Yeah, exactly. Goes Danny DeVito mode with the starts blasting. Mm-hmm. Flush, thanks for the 47 months of the Prime. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know why TTS didn't play, but yep. I think the moments that like become more obvious to me is the close range moments, and then like right here where it feels like the auto lock stops. So watch. See what I mean? So like when they actually don't lock onto the target, this is what I see. But like watch like this moment here, and this is kind of where I at least notice it. Let me see if I can slow it down a little bit, like just a little bit. Watch. So like when they use the auto aim, like it just stays on them the whole time. But when they actually have to aim regularly, right? This is what their aim would actually be. Do you notice this? So they're over here playing with their control, like whatever it is, like it's like, you know, like you're button mashing a fighting game at the arcade. So I that's kind of where you can kind of see it in that situation. So it's gonna be, yeah, I mean, it could be, but like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I've watched a ton of console VODs now too. So like, it's very rare when you see that. Yeah. You get 3 second setters? Yeah, that sucks. See what I mean? Like, it almost like sticks to the target though. Yeah.
You're going home in a bucket.
Which again, I'm no expert on console auto aim, but I don't think that's specifically how it. Yeah, hopefully they can fix the starter thing by like a new patch. I mean, obviously there's a replay code reset on the 30th, so maybe they have some fixes for that. But it definitely is frustrating. This is actually a console player. So someone sent in a cheater VOD of a console player, which I mean everything we've seen is pretty much aligned with what's happening. Positioning's really bad. 14 deaths with almost 20,000 damage. Yes, damage boosted the whole time, but like, yep.
I rubbed some dirt on it.
Well, yeah, I don't think they have the projectile set up for the rockets. It's also another thing to look at, right?
I've got you in my sights.
So there you go. So I would definitely say, listen, this is definitely one of I think they are cheating on this one. Again, look at how the aim is tracking. A lot of the time it's very like almost perfect. And again, I know like with console there's auto aim, but I don't think it's that ridiculous. And with their positioning, and then like exactly how someone said they missed a lot of right clicks, for example, like onto pretty much everything, because it means they probably don't track projectiles. So I think that was definitely one of those cases. I also want to give credit to the hazard for recognizing that and just sending it in over and over again, recognizing that the positioning isn't good. So very well played there. And I would definitely say that it's more than likely they are cheating in that situation. Now, obviously, I don't know if they're banned or not yet, so you know, you can let me know. But if you like the video, make sure to like, subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. If you want to watch more of these, we'll probably have something pop up in the bottom. And if you want to submit something like this, my Discord is where to do that. Outside of that, I hope you all have an amazing day/night.